Hmm. So perhaps one of the most important points is that most of the time, clients have a perceived problem. They think it's X. Problems don't always, the way they present themselves on the surface is not what's underneath, right? So they have a perceived problem. They come to us and they say, my sales and marketing team is misaligned and I'm not getting enough out of my agency. That's actually a real example of something from a client we've been working with. And then you come to discover, as you dig underneath, you discover there's a whole lot of things underlying that perceived problem. But until you actually uncover what those things are, you really don't know how to solve for it, right? So it would have been easy to say, well, I'm going to solve for this because that's what he thinks it is. Then we come in and we do some analysis and we bring that senior level strategic thinking to it. Also, the understanding of the dynamics that are going on underneath to really figure out, okay, what is it that needs to be done? I will say that most of the time there's some sort of, in fact, virtually all the time, there has to be a key inflection point. It's either a problem that needs to be solved. Sales isn't doing what it's doing. My advertising's failing. I don't know, whatever it might be. Um, or it's an opportunity. We have a new channel that we want to get into. We have a new product that we need to launch. We're a startup and we've never commercialized our product. It's a great idea, but we've never commercialized it. We don't have a brand, that sort of thing. So those inflection points are generally when we start. And a lot of times the ask is not where we end up going, the path we end up going down.
Another kind of scenario I would say is once it's time for activation, or let's say a company already has a big customer or they have some leads, but it's time to, pedal to the metal to get some new leads or to get some new business. So it's time for activation. And sometimes it's easier to contract out activation teams and specific specialties than it is, or while you're deciding, well, do I need an agency? What kind of agency do I need? Or if I'm going to build an in-house department, what seats do I have to fill? So it can help by contracting out um, those capabilities. And in fact, at Health Mavens, I think it's helpful because we understand how to manage those kinds of teams. And quite often, you know, not for lack of understanding, but it's not in a lane of most businesses to understand how to run a creative team, right?